Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Happy Friday. It's Aloha Friday. Happy Aloha Friday. Da. So, it's Oracle Friday. The day of the week where we just kind of unwind, do all the things, just breathe, have some mindfulness, right? Couple of things before I start Oracle Fridays. First and foremost, do not worry about where the message is coming from. I always start with angel answers, but I know that's not everybody's thing, right? So when I say don't worry about where the message comes from, just know that, I tap in before we start, and even if it's not in your belief system, I feel personally that they all intermingle on the other side, right? Just kind of doing their thing, So don't worry about what their message is coming from. Just focus on the message itself, okay? Number two, if it does not resonate with you, please, 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 please do not force it to resonate with you. If it is not meant for you, it is not meant for you at this time. Who knows? There might be another time when you get something that resonates and it doesn't with someone else. So again, please do not try to force it. Forcing it will cause overthinking. It will cause you to go through a lot more, it can cause a lot more anxiety than necessary. Okay, so whatever you do, sorry, distracted, don't force it, all right? Number three, I usually look at the card. For example, that one, within the next few months. We had that last week, so I'm going to shuffle again. But within the next few months, I give you my interpretation, and then I read the book. Because, like I said, the book comes with it, so why not do both? So, yeah. Let's get rolling. I have the New Orleans deck, the Healing deck, the Enchanted Unicorn deck, and the Magical Fairies deck. That's why I say don't worry about where the message comes from. Focus on the message, okay? If those beliefs do fall into your wheelhouse, bonus. Just a bonus. So anyways, all right, let's get rolling here. I'm sure I'll remember. I swear I have like 4 or 5 things that I usually say before I start, but no idea what they just kind of pop up when they pop up. So anyways, Monday through Thursday, I usually do topics, affirmators decks, something I come up with, something I might hear in the news. But several months back, a friend of mine suggested, hey, you know what? It was kind of fun doing the Oracle readings on Friday. Maybe you should do it again next Friday. And it just kind of became a thing. So Aloha Friday is Oracle Friday. Alrighty. Let's split this in half. And all right. Morning, older sibling. One of the things I love about the Angel Answers deck is a lot of times we seem to get themes. Like it will start off and all the cards that come up later all seem to kind of fit in with it. So it's, I get kind of excited before I start because, you never know what's going to happen. So let's see. Oh, romance. Wow. I don't even know why I'm wowing, but what the hell, right? So it's the first one out of the deck, romance. And see, you have, if you look really closely at the 2 people right here and right here, it's a romance, right? Under, I don't know, it's kind of exciting. Looks like under, I think that's a dove. I have my glasses on and I don't want to take it off and look like an old lady. And by that I mean like, oh, let me check. I have been pretty blind since I was in 3rd grade, so, but, romance. Older siblings, I know why. I don't know. I'm kind of, don't know. I did better with the sex topic yesterday than I'm doing with romance. But anyways, solo romance, I don't know. But yeah, I guess if you're looking for something or you're waiting for something to happen, this card is to let you know, all right? And who knows? Just randomly, as an example, I pulled up within the next few months in the deck before we reshuffled, because we did have that last week along with in the next few weeks. So if that fits you and it resonates with you, maybe you're on the cusp of saying, hey, you know what? I really like this person, but I'm not sure this might be the card telling you to go for it, okay? If you're solo, if you're flying solo, like some of us, maybe, you know, sometimes I separate myself so much. I never know if any of these cards are aimed at me as well. But I think we can always find a good message out of anything, okay? If you're in a relationship, maybe it's time to perk up the romance. You know, if you feel things are getting stagnant, do something fun, change it up a little. You know, both partners, not just one person. I mean, even if you feel like you're the one giving, you know, ask your partner what they like. Ask them what they want to do. You know, maybe they feel like they're always doing things for you or vice versa, but let them know. Communicate. Communication is so important in any relationship. And I mean any, whether it's romantic or non-romantic. It is important in any type of relationship, friendship, whatever ship you're in, okay? Just like a ship, right? An actual boat. I mean, come on. They have to communicate with everyone, right? Look at Titanic. I mean, I know that the communications was a bit shoddy back then, but hey, a boat showed up, okay? Saved whoever was left. So communication, all right. That was a dark turn, but but communication, all right? Don't let your ship sink, okay? Be communicative with your people, all of your people. But when it comes to romance, just maybe it's time to trust, okay? Open your heart and believe. Does it mean you're not going to get hurt? Who knows? I can't answer that for you. But what I can say is that if you do, you're healed. You will heal, okay? And what I also know is that you might feel jaded for a while. You might feel like, screw the world. But you know what? You'll get back up on that horse. And you'll be like, okay, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for more. But you're going to take a lesson from each thing until you find your person. Okay? And that's really what it is. It's sometimes you gotta weed through to find your person. But think about it. Think about all the lessons you picked up along the way. Think about how you may have changed along the way. You know, and I know it's hard, but try not to be bitter either. Okay? Because sometimes that can push you backwards instead of moving you forward. You're going to hurt. Yes, you know, all these different things that might come with it. But after a while, you have to move away from the pain and not carry it into your next romance or relationship, okay? So if you need that time, take that time. But romance, I don't know. I'm kind of giddy about that card. So let's see. What's next? Oh, wait. That's right. I forgot. Oh, you're going to like the next card, though, because I really feel it goes with that one. Romance. You know what's funny? Because I got the Lady Gaga song, Bad Romance song, going through my head right after I saw that. No, it's not a sign. That is not a sign, you guys. Okay, that's just my brain and how it works. It's in music mode right now. A very important relationship is about to enter or has recently entered your life. This is the romance. Oh, this is the romance you have been waiting for. Like all partnerships, there may be ups and downs, but don't let that deter you or shake your confidence. Have faith that love is coming into your life to stay. I don't know why, you guys, but I really am holding back tears. Somebody out there is going to get their person. This is exciting. If your question was about a current relationship, you can expect the parties to become closer to one another. Past disagreements will fade away and trust will grow. All relationships have peaks and valleys. Remember that. Just because you're in a valley doesn't mean it's over, okay? Just communicate. Try to work things out. Or just wait for the next peak. This card indicates an upward movement to a new level of dedication and intimacy. This can include engagement, marriage, or a form of recommitment to one another. Ta-da! That's your romance card. So, remember all the negative stuff I was talking about when it came to the romance card? No need to worry. No need to worry. Worrying is not a good thing. Right? It took me that long to come up with that. When you worry, you're putting the wrong energy into something. You're putting the wrong vibe into whatever it is that you are trying to create. Okay? Worrying causes you, or I don't know. There's a great quote from Fantastic Beasts that was from the first movie that I love, love, love. And it seems like every time I try to spit out a quote, I go blank. So, anyways, just know, okay? Just know that worrying is not going to do anything for you. It's just going to hurt you. This is why you need to communicate. When you communicate, you're putting something out there. Communicate politely, kindly, with humility. Don't go in guns blazing, because that's not communicating. That is attacking or fighting. All right? But go in and communicate with someone. Say, look, you know what? Can we talk about a few things? You know, and I think across the board, a lot of times, will it always work? No. You know, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. These are not the predictions of your future. These are guidance. Okay. This might be a prediction of your future. All right. Or whoever it deeply resonates with. But in any situation that you go into, anything, not just romance, not just, you know, anything that you go into, the more you worry, the more you are going to cause yourself to overthink. And the more you overthink, the more you're going to stress yourself out. Stress yourself out. I cannot talk today. And, you know, if you have medical problems, that's going to make your blood pressure shoot up, right? That's going to cause a lot of just physical problems and health problems, especially if you consistently do it over time. So again, no need to worry. All right. For anybody that's just tuning in, this is Aloha Oracle Friday. It's the day of the week when I just take a break from all the topics of the week and we just have some fun. So, the first card was romance. The second card is no need to worry. All right. And again, that's across the board. No need to worry. Do not put worry out there, because what you put out there is what is going to come back to you. And if it's unnecessary worry, you may accidentally manifest something that you do not mean to manifest. So just try to take a deep breath. I know it's hard, but trust, believe, and have faith that everything's going to work out just fine. All right. I'm not sure who needs this, but it's not. Whatever it is that you're going for or you want to happen, like now is not the right time. Now, this could also go with the two previous cards, okay? Even though this may not, you know, maybe you're waiting for that romance. Maybe you're sitting there going, oh my God, is it going to happen today? Do you have more healing to do? Do you have more things in your closet that need a little bit more attention paid to it? Are you feeling like you're at the top of your game without something feeling like it's dragging you down? This is what not the right time means. So, and it could also just mean that, you know, if it is a romance thing, or if you're waiting for that big romance to come in, or you're waiting for your person to come in, don't forget, free will comes into play. Okay, free will comes into play. So when that happens, sometimes you just have to be patient. Patience is a bitch, right? I know. So, but also, if you were asking something like, should I be doing this now? No. But that doesn't mean no, okay? In fact, I forgot to read the no need to worry card, so we're going to do 2 in a row here. Your worries and concerns regarding your questions are unnecessary. God and your angels, your higher power or spirit guides, have the situation well in hand and everything is going to turn out perfectly. Obsessing over this subject isn't helpful. This energy of fear and worry only shows the eventual manifesting of your desires. Oh, wow. It's like I read the book already. To be honest, I think after a while, when you see so many of these things, you start to realize it's a law of attraction. Okay. Whether you believe in the law of attraction or not, it's manifesting, it's attracting, it's all these different things. But the whole point of the law of attraction isn't to say, oh, let me manifest this amazing life. What it's trying to teach you, and what all those books are about, you know, The Secret, The Magic, The Power, all those other books about law of attraction, what they're trying to teach you is that you have to be careful with what you think. Because what you're thinking is what you are going to manifest. That is the law of attraction. Now, I know a lot of people see it and say, oh, those are just like the self-help books. They're self-help in the way that they're trying to remove the negative thinking or give you the tools to combat the negative thinking when it shows up, how to handle it, how to deal with it, how to reason with yourself if you're struggling with, letting all that spooky stuff, and not spooky stuff, but all that negative stuff go in your head. Okay, so that's the law of attraction. All right, it's not always about sunshine and roses. It's about sunshine and roses and not manifesting darkness and rain clouds. Although we could use rain here, but I like rain clouds. They make me happy, but you know what I mean. Okay, that internal darkness that we have that just sometimes envelops us. I have a dinged up mental health, and sometimes that darkness just creeps up so fast. And because of a lot of these tools, I've learned that even though it may take me more than a day or even more than a moment to get through that sometimes, I realize now that I do get through it, and I get through it a lot faster. So keep that in mind. Anyways, visualize loving and happy outcomes and keep your thoughts positive. Very soon you will wonder why you were worrying about this at all. How many times have we done that, right? Where we're sitting there going, oh, why was I even worried about that? Because, it all turned out right. Not the right time. This is not the right time presently for what you're inquiring about. This answer is not a no, just a not yet. Have patience. Your angels will give you, your spirit guides, whoever, will give you a sign when the timing is perfect. Ta-da! So don't quit. Just keep going. Just keep living your life. That's so funny. Your angels will give you a sign when the timing is perfect. Look for a sign. For Christ's sakes. Oh, look for a sign. All right, there you go. Look for a sign. I mean, how much more self-explanatory is that? Do I really need to explain that to you? That guidance card just says it all. But I will add to that. All right, when it says look for a sign, don't just, don't wait for something to literally fall out of the sky and hit you upside the head. Okay? A long time ago, not long after my mother passed, which was about 7.5 years ago, about a year later, okay, I was here. I mean, just as a side note, a lot of people always say that, the firsts aren't, when you lose somebody, the firsts aren't as hard as the seconds. Well, the first you're waiting for, you're preparing for those, your first holidays without somebody you care about, the first, all those things. And it's not just about death and grief. It's about losing something, period. Maybe a relationship, a job, something. But it's all these different things. And believe it or not, yeah, the holidays can come up. I mean, if you lost a job and Christmas is coming up, you might be reminiscing about how fun the Christmas parties were. All those different things. But, about a year after my mom passed, I was in a really, really low place. I've hit a lot of those since then, but I've come out of them. However, I was just feeling really, really low. And I was just like, I really miss my mom. I need to know that everything eventually is going to be okay. And out of nowhere, and I know there's all different kinds of different colored dragonflies, but I've never seen a purple one before. And it was huge. I I didn't think they could get this big, but God is my witness, because I had people in the car with me. It was about that big, from like tip to tail. Okay. It just flew in front of the car, but it hovered for a moment, and it just kind of turned and faced me. It's like, oh crap. But that it was this beautiful purple, and the sun was shining just right, that it was so vibrant. My mother's favorite color was purple. Now, I know a lot of people say that they see their loved ones in hummingbirds. I do sometimes. But with my mom, it always seems to be a dragonfly, and they always seem to appear when I need to see them the most. Now, I don't know if dragonflies have a season, but at this point of the year, I had never seen one at that time. I see them a lot around summer, springtime, all that, maybe fall sometimes, but this was like the middle of winter, which in California might as well just be a very cold fall, but Southern California, but it was my sign. So I know that was kind of a long way to go through that, but what I'm trying to point out is, if you see something and it triggers something in your head, even if it's not something you're thinking about, like I was thinking about my mom at the time, and so maybe I manifested that, or maybe she just appeared, or maybe someone sent that to me to show me everything's going to be okay. Those are the signs we're talking about. Sometimes they're literal signs. I mean, how many times have we been driving down the freeway and you're just feeling super low, and all of a sudden this inspirational sign is on the side of the road and you're like, whoa, never seen that there before. Or even sometimes advertisements have great quotes on them. TV shows, movies, music. Last night I was reading something and it really resonated with me, and I was just listening to music. Then all of a sudden it dawned on me that the song that I was listening to, that had started after I was reading this one thing that was really resonating with my soul, fit the whole narrative. It's interesting. We look for these big signs. We look for something to slap us upside of the head, or something to arrive in the mailbox, or, just random things. But sometimes we forget to look for the small things. I mean, a big sign can be a small thing, because it's not something you're looking for, but it's something someone's trying to show you. Repeating numbers. Maybe you keep hearing the same song over and over again. Just if something triggers your thoughts, that is probably a sign. Okay, so let's look for a sign. Look for a sign. Your angels have a very special and specific answer to your question. You can expect to see signs right away that will have deep meaning to you. Many people see white feathers to indicate that their angels are with them. Oh, that's always a fun one. Or they smell scents from their childhood that they connect with a family member. A lot of people will smell flowers from loved ones who have passed. Specifically roses, and I'm guessing that might be because a lot of times roses just appear at funerals or gravesites. Signs require focused attention to be awake to the possibilities. Don't mistake synchronistic events for mere coincidences at this time. They're a message especially designed for you, all right? These cards could be your sign. I mean, look, it's a literal card that says, look for a sign. Let's pull one more. Oh, that one's in the near future. So I don't know who needed that one. That's not part of the deck, and that's not part of the reading, but I pulled that one just for no reason. And it says in the near future. So hold tight. Okay. I'm going to say that, I know somebody out there who is going to watch this is going to say, yeah, I always hear the near future, but is it their timing or our earthly timing? I know. I get that a lot too. It's like, what, in your time or my time? Your guide's time, your higher power's time, or your time. Time moves much slower over there. And so, I know you're like, Shelly, how do you know all this shit? Just trust me. I know. People may disagree, but hey, we all have our own realities. So anyways, but, this one, it means people time, like human time. So just, I guess, I don't know who that's for. That seemed very specific to somebody. Okay. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not for you, because I don't know who you are that needs to hear this or see this. But whoever this is for, that this resonates with, any of you that this resonates with in the near future, it is telling you to just, go out there, be free, just live life, expand your horizons, do your thing. And whatever it is that you're waiting for, it's going to just happen. It's going to just happen. And it's going to happen very soon. But I think the reason you're getting that warning is, if any of you are like me, it's not that you need to prepare. You just need to remind yourself to stay open to possibilities. Stay open to whatever is, older sibling. I think I know who it's for. We need to talk after this, because I have no idea what you're talking about. But anyways, I need clarification from my older sibling about this. But thank you for watching, because somebody's watching. But yeah, in the near future. All right. So I think what it's saying, and like I said, I'm just going to give you an example for me. A lot of times I need a warning shot, because, I mean, if it has anything to do with romance, okay? If it has anything to do with romance and you are anything like me, you need that warning shot for one reason and one reason only. So you don't zip your face and walk away. Okay. And by the zip your face, I mean, I get nervous talking to certain people. I don't know why. Some people, bam, I can just open my mouth and all this stuff just spills out, and they probably just like, dear God, why did I say hi? But other people, I get nervous, and I don't know why. It's like my soul just kind of like does that, like. I mean, I want to say I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid. I'm human, and I'm whatever. But I know we get that way sometimes. And, maybe it's just that giddy side where you're just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But I think the warning shot for that is this. just stay open to anything. Stay open to possibilities. Stay open to just knowing that you're worth it, that you're amazing, that you deserve good things. Okay, a lot of times I know we feel we don't, but we do. You know, just because you do everything for everybody doesn't mean people can't do things for you. All right? And I really want you to remember that. So, you know, just know you're worth it. Okay? And at the saying my friend and I came up for them, because worth it doesn't work for them. You have merit. And you do have merit. You have gifts, you have purpose, you have joy, you have love, you have all these beautiful things to give somebody. And you can't give it to them if you keep running in the other direction. So if you need to heal, okay, if you need to heal something, now might not be the right time for whatever it is you're waiting for. But that could also go within the near future. Maybe there's just one more hill you have to climb. And don't be afraid. And don't push yourself or rush through it. You never know. While you're climbing that hill, whatever that you're waiting for may happen. And it may help push you to the top of that hill. But don't hold back your life waiting for something. I've done that for so long. And that, I think, that is the only regret I truly, truly have. Is that, you know, I just always tried to compartmentalize things when I was in my healing. And by doing that, I think I wasn't able to see the bigger picture of just living life and enjoying it and just being excited about waking up every day. You know, I mean, there was a day I missed this week. I mean, Tuesday's perspective was so short. I mean, I could have blinked slow. I could have blinked faster. I think I blinked and it was over. And then Wednesday there was nothing. But all that time that I was struggling in my head, I kept reminding myself, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. And on Thursday I was back. And Thursday wasn't forced. Thursday was just Thursday. You know? It was, I don't know. It was just, I felt better because I focused. And I reminded myself that everything's going to be okay. So that's my segue into the very last card of this deck. Remain positive. All right? Remain positive. I know how hard that can be. Okay? I know you guys are probably tired of me saying, I know how hard it can be. I understand. Trust me when I say that. I spent decades trying to heal something so personal from my past. And, you know, it brought up a lot of other things and choices that I've made. But the last 8 years, I mean, it's been like a hell journey, okay? Because everything, so much was coming out. And I'm not saying that your journey is going to take 8 years. Mine took 8 years because I kept trying to control everything. I kept trying to resisting everything. And that's what I'm talking about when I say that my only regret was waiting for something to happen. You know, sometimes we manifest things when we stop thinking so hard about it. Stop obsessing. Stop, you know, expecting this big, gigantic gesture to just happen. And who knows, it might. But when you're waiting for it, how can it be a gigantic gesture, right? If you already know it's happening. I mean, if you know somebody's throwing you a surprise party out of this huge, gigantic gesture, what's the point? You're not going to be surprised. So I have to admit, when I turned 40, my parents threw me a surprise party. But I kind of had a feeling they were going to. There was a there's a trail of evidence over every decade that something big was going to happen. But I had no idea that baby sibling, who we weren't as close at the time. We were close. We were very good cousins, but we weren't quite feeling that soul sister thing yet. We hadn't found our soul sisterhood yet. But I was so excited to see her, and I didn't know she was coming. My parents kept it a secret. And same with older sibling and Sissy. I had no idea they were going to be there. I knew my other cousins would be because they live in San Diego. I knew my San Diego family would be there. But that was my surprise. That was the grand gesture. And my dad told me he kept it a secret just in case I did figure out the party, which I played dumb. All right. Because I love the idea that my dad always throws me these parties. I want to say both of my parents, but I know it's my dad's idea. But just remain positive. Okay. Just live your life. Live your life. Don't let your life pass by that you have what ifs. Or maybe I should have been doing this, that, or the other. For me, I think that was my path. And the reason I say I think that was my path was because now I'm able to share that with those of you who need to hear that. Whatever was happening on the other part, or, whatever's going to enter my chapter now, whoever's going to enter my chapter now, everything has to work itself out. And this was the path I had to choose. This was the path, well, not I had to choose. I didn't choose it. This is the path I took. But again, I think a lot of that reason is because it's no longer a what if, it's I needed to take that journey so that I could share it with everybody out there. So you don't do the same things I do. That you don't, just kind of wallow and, just kind of, you're just standing in the shallow end waiting for the deep end to come to you. Well, you got to swim out there, kids. But I know it's scary. But just trust yourself. Okay, trust your path. I trust my path now. I know that I'm safe on my path. That was the healing I had to do, was to know that even though I might be out there just floating like a feather on the breeze, I can keep myself safe. And that's what I have to tell the inner child in me that was traumatized, that was hurt. And by doing that, I set myself free. I feel it every day. Every day I have to remind myself that I am healed. I was writing in the flute journal last night and I put, I am healing. And then I'm like, no, that's not what I was trying to write. I was trying to write, I am healed. So I crossed it out, and above it, I just corrected it. I am healed. And sometimes it's going to take time for me to wrap my head around that, because it's been a long time coming. But it's a great feeling. And I know a lot of people struggle to get there. I struggled to get there. I hope those of you who are struggling to get there do get there. I know it doesn't always happen for everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's your path, okay? And people will always be there. I will be there to support you if you need me. All right, whoever you are. I am public. So, YouTube, Facebook Live, it's public. So if you need to comment. And hopefully I'll see it right away. I'm terrible at checking messages. But hopefully I will see you on there. And we can have a chitty chat if necessary. All right? Because that's what I want to do. I just want to help people. All right, so remain positive. The angels are asking you to keep an optimistic attitude. There is a very positive momentum beginning to build toward the creation of your desires. Ooh, that's exciting. You're speeding your dreams along by maintaining a cheerful and confident demeanor. It may seem as though your plans are taking a long time to manifest, but very soon you will see a change. Don't allow yourself to lose hope when your dreams are so close to coming true. I'm laughing, and I know older siblings laughing downstairs, because the other day I looked at her and I said, that's it, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm so tired. And I was right at the finish line. Right at the finish line. The next 2 days later, because this was Monday, 2 days later, I was talking to somebody and I was just like, yeah, you know what? It took me forever, but I'm healed. And I realized what I had typed. And I was like, oh my God. And all she kept telling me, all my older sibling kept telling me was, don't quit right before the finish line. Do not quit, right before the finish line. And that's something I tell people all the time. Do not quit right before the finish line. Do not give up 5 seconds before the miracle happens. I never thought I'd get to that point, and I did. But I also pulled the healing deck because that was very strong. The force was strong with this one. So remember, May the 4th be with you was the other day. Yesterday was Revenge of the 5th. Today's Revenge of the 6th. That's right. The dark side gets 2 days. So, because that's how it should be. I mean, no, that's just joking. But seriously, no, I think they do that so that people just won't fight. My cousin actually sent me a meme on that, and I wish I could remember what it said, but it was funny. Oh, self-love. See, that's the perfect card. Self-love. Oh my God, I opened up right to it. So, I'm not going to bother translating this one because this book is really good at saying what I need to say. Take time out to get to know yourself and what works for you in this particular cycle of your life. Some of the biggest obstacles to self-love are self-criticism and perfectionism, which lead to harsh judgment of the self, closing down, and eventually illness. You can make yourself sick overthinking and worrying, guys. Have you been trying to compete with others, get approval from people in your family, or simply pushing yourself too hard? I'm going to go back on that one. Have you been trying to compete with others? Live your own life. All right. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Just do you. If you feel like you're super far behind the 8 ball, you're right where you're meant to be. Okay. Sometimes it sounds like it's just an excuse to make us feel better about where we're at, but you are right where you're meant to be. I thought at my age I'd be in a lot of different places, doing a lot of different things by now, but I had to come to the understanding that I'm right where I'm meant to be at this moment, in this moment in time. And this is what I love to do. So just know you're right where you're meant to be. Getting approval from people in your family or just people in general. You do not need to impress anybody. You do not need to get approval from anybody. If you are happy with yourself and you are happy with the job you're doing and you are happy with whatever it is that you are doing in life, maybe your family wanted you to take a certain career path and you chose, choice B, which is your choice A. Hey, you chose to do what you wanted to do. If it brings you joy, you're just going to have to settle for that. Sometimes you are not going to get the approval that you want, that you desire. And to be honest, the only person that should be approving of you is you. Just another side note. I used to always think that my mom, I love to write. Right now, I've just been in the biggest writer's block. The longest one I think I've ever been in. And I was reading through my book of positive things the other night when I was feeling kind of low. And it's just things that people have said to me that I go back and try to remind myself, hey, what is happening to you right now is not who you are. The person in this book that you're reading about, that's who you are. And I found a message that I wrote from my dad, that my dad wrote to me probably about a year or so ago. And he says, your mother's biggest wish and dream was for you to publish a book. Now, I self-published one, and then I took it down about 2 days later because it was terrible. But but I don't think that's what she meant. But I never knew that. She never told me that. She would just say to me, you know what, talk to me when you finished. Because I think that was her way of tough love. Like maybe if I tell her it this way, she'll do it. But I don't work that way. I don't work in cryptic messaging, okay? What is it? Reverse psychology. I don't, because I was already battling low self-esteem. So all that time when I was thinking my mom didn't believe in me, she believed in me. She was just trying to show me a different way to get there. So just because you may think someone doesn't approve of you doesn't mean they don't. 1, they may not be able to articulate it very well. 2, they may be using reverse psychology on you, hoping that you get it done. Or 3, they, again, go back to number 1. Maybe they just don't know how to tell you. Or maybe they're just worried about you because they're not certain of your choice. Maybe they feel like your choice is less stable than another choice you could have made. But what they don't realize is you're succeeding because you're happy. So the only approval we should be seeking is the ones from ourselves. If you are happy and you are bringing joy to yourself, that's what's important. All right. So, okay. So if you've been needing that or simply pushing yourself too hard, if so, you need to soften and start listening to your body. Focus on keeping your heart open and practice acknowledging and recognizing the good in yourself and others. This card beckons you to breathe love in and out of every moment of the day. Ask yourself, what changes do I need to make to my daily routine so that love can pulsate through every breath, action, and relationship I engage in? Affirmations are really good. I know a lot of people scoff at those, but they're actually really good. Choose to open your heart through softness, deep breathing, relaxation, movement, finding beauty in nature, in your home, in your pain, in your love, in your sadness, in prayer, etc. Keep your heart open, though it makes you feel vulnerable and exposed. Think about it this way. If you were to actually, let me put it this way. I have a scar that runs up and down my chest. Let's do literal. Let's be literal here. I have a scar that runs up and down my chest, and that scar says to me, my heart was exposed, and it was vulnerable. I was 3, okay? But my parents trusted the people fixing my heart. My parents trusted the people who were going to be repairing my heart and reconstructing my valve. Okay, because I was born with a congenital heart defect. But there was trust there. You know, I was too young to remember that. I was too young to understand that. But I think my soul trusted them because I lived. And my heart was exposed. My heart was vulnerable. It was probably a lot tinier back then because I was so little. But sometimes that's what we have to do. You know, even if it doesn't turn out well, which, you know, I'm going to stop saying that, okay? But I think the reason I say that is because a lot of times when we do oracle readings, people will, and it's no fault of your own. I used to do the same thing. We'll take it so literally that if something bad happens, it'll be like, they lied. They lied. No, these are guidance cards. These are cards telling you this is how it can be if you listen. If you stop fighting every step of the way. If you take that chance, take that leap of faith and open your heart and trust. That was a big part of my healing. That was the biggest part. That was the period and the exclamation mark of my healing, was learning how to open my heart and trust. And by that I mean, yeah, you know, it's not always about giving somebody your heart. It's not about opening your heart and trusting, you know, a romantic thing. No, I opened it up to myself. I opened my heart up to me. And I reminded myself that I can trust myself. That I have been through enough to, I'm not always going to make the right decisions, but I've been through enough that I know I can keep myself safe if I need to keep myself safe. Or that no matter what happens to me in life, I can trust myself to get through it. I can trust my heart to love myself enough to get me through it. And that's the big part, you know, but opening your heart and trusting can also be to other people, you know, but start with you first. If you're struggling with that, start with you first. Okay, this is freaky, you guys. We got these same 2 cards last week, all right? I swear to you, you saw me shuffling. Madame Laveau wants to be heard. Power, 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 my good friends. All right, that is her card. She is number 1 in the deck. Power. Madame Laveau, Marie Laveau. And flow. Do not surrender your power. If you do not surrender your power and go with the flow, that means do not give more than you have to somebody else who does not deserve it. Okay? Set your boundaries. It is okay to have boundaries. When you keep your power, when you live within your power, you can go with the flow. Oh, God, I love these cards. They're so pretty. They're so vibrant, right? I mean, even the other side. I know. The woman that made these she's fantastic. In fact, I found her on Instagram, told her how much I loved her deck, and she replied back to me, I was giddy. I know. But, yeah, I do. I mean, and let me look how beautiful that card is. The waterfall on the back, and she almost looks like a butterfly, right? But she has that flowy hair, and her hair looks like one big wave that you can just flow on, and the water and the waterfall in the background, and just the water flowing past, you know, the islands. It's beautiful. And that's power. When you go with the flow, that is your power. All right. So, and the other thing, and actually, this is what's interesting, because we just talked about self-love and needing approval from people, and I kind of went on the whole big tangent. She may be visiting right now because she kept her power. She was an African American. Well, no, she was Caribbean, I believe. But, you know, she was not Caucasian. I don't know how else to put that politely, but, she stood for who she was. She kept her power. She was a pillar of the community. She gave back. She was a very spiritual person and did spiritual things for people, yes. But she kept her power. She was true to herself. She honored who she was, who she is, and where she came from. And even if internally, and she never showed it, I don't know. I didn't know her. I didn't live back then. But from what I'm feeling and what I'm hearing now, there were times when she felt like she needed that approval, especially early on in her, you know, in her rise to who she became. But she reminded herself who she was, and she stood true to herself, and she stood firm in her power. Okay? She's a very, very beautiful person to really kind of read about, follow, think about. I admire her. She's one of these people that I've admired since I was young. I know, right? And I didn't know much about spiritualism when I was young, but I was raised Catholic, and I believe so was she. I believe she was still a Catholic. But that's what I loved about her, is that she made it okay to have both, to be in both worlds. And, you know, I don't know. It's making me, I'm getting all the feels. And flow. Go with the flow. Hold your power. All right. So let's go with these. Let's see. Marie Laveau was the epitome of power and grace within the community of New Orleans. Not only was she known as an astute businesswoman, but she was also the go-to person for the spiritual remedies of everyday life. If you have drawn this card, you have been called to embrace all aspects of yourself and to rise to every occasion with confidence. You are so much more than the mundane daily tasks that often bog you down. New opportunities will help you explore the different ways you can express yourself and feel more fulfilled. I'm not going to lie to you. I am really holding back tears with this card. This one today, you know, it's interesting. Last week we had this card. It came up because I wanted to use this deck, and today I wasn't going to use this deck, and I was going to skip it because, you know, I have to shorten this one a little bit today because I'm meeting with some friends, but not that you need to know that. But this card is making me want to cry. Cry good things. Cry good things. Because last week I needed that. I needed that reminder to stand in my confidence, stand in my power. Okay? So, if it doesn't, sometimes guys, cards are going to come up. If you watch this every week and a card comes up and it doesn't resonate with you one week, but it resonates with you the next week, that means you're ready for that card. Okay? Sometimes they do show up 2 weeks in a row. Like I said, I wasn't going to use this deck today, and I was very pulled and drawn to do it. So I had to literally dig it out of all the decks and pull it out, and it's just like, and now I know. But it's not just for me. Okay? I know, believe it or not, they will speak to me through these things because I don't always listen either. Sometimes I think they want to slap me upside with a spiritual stick and say, hey, listen, all right, you're so good at telling everybody else what to do. How about following your own lead? So flow. Flow is the natural balance of all beings and things. The movement of the ocean and the cycles of the moon are all perfect examples of flow. They are ever changing without judgment and a fluid form. Much like the ocean, the human experience of flow can be rather unpredictable. However, it is always as it should be. It is time for you to be aware of what your flow is without judgment. This can mean anything from a minor change in daily habits that will put you more at ease to a major decision concerning career that may lead to a huge positive shift in your life. Staying in your flow simply requires the awareness of how your energy is affected by your thoughts or experiences, and choosing the thoughts or experiences that feed into your flow instead of taking you out of it. So that also goes with the approval thing. Do what makes you happy. Okay? Do what makes you happy. I'm giddy. I'm actually going to keep this card out for a little bit because I want to keep looking at it. I want it to remind me. So, all right, I have time for 2 more decks. So, you know what? It's been a while since we've done the Enchanted Unicorn. These are my favorites. Oh, I said we have time for 2 more decks. I only have 2 more decks. I think I meant 2 more cards. So, let's see. If one comes out of here, then we'll do the messages from the fairy deck. If not, then I don't know, was this? No, I'm not feeling that one. Shroom. Think outside the box. There you go. Shrooming. No comment. I tried that a few times in my 20s. I'm not gonna lie. Why should I? Think outside the box. So, I love this card. That is, wow. That is one colorful psychedelic unicorn. There, I'm trying to look at it. But I don't know that I've ever had this card before. But I love it. Look at its purple crown, right? So, but yeah, think outside the box. If you feel like you are lost, maybe you need to get unconventional, right? Maybe you need to step outside of the box over here. And, you know, sometimes when we step out, we can see in and we can see what we're missing. We can see what might be missing in our lives, or we can see maybe the path that we want to go, because we're stepping out of our overthinking. We're stepping out of that worry, that stress, that fear of the unknown, that doubt that you'll be able to do anything amazing. That's where the power card comes in. Do not doubt, because you are amazing. But you know, the card is telling you it's straight up. I mean, what more can I really add to that? Think outside of the box. Don't be afraid. All right. I have no doubt in my mind that the Madame Laveau power card and the flow card in the New Orleans deck came up right before this, because that's thinking outside of the box, standing in your power and moving away from conventional thinking of, you know, maybe you're just, it's ingrained in you, but you have to decide, is that your path? Is that who you are? And if it is, and it resonates with you, that's okay. Conventional paths are not a bad thing. If we didn't have those, we wouldn't have doctors, and we wouldn't have first responders and dentists and all those things, right? I mean, some people think those are unconventional, but those are what I would consider the more conventional paths. But people love doing those things. I have a cousin who's a traveling nurse right now, and she just, watching her posts, just amazing. She's having this big adventure while also doing the one thing she loves so much, being an ER nurse, right? I mean, that's hardcore, but it's fun to watch. But to me, that's conventional, and that's good, because we need these people. But what's unconventional is the joy you bring to the job. That's where you step outside of the box. What can I do to make this better? What can I do to make this more fun? What can I do to make it more fun for me and the people around me? Do I bring enough joy to what I'm doing? When you love your job, it does not feel like a job. Okay? So think outside the box. The unique and extraordinary beauty of the sky blue mushroom encourages us to entertain unique and extraordinary ideas. Think outside the box. For every problem, there's a solution. Specifically, for every environmental problem created by humans, there is a resolution. We just need to find it by using ingenuity and resourcefulness. Instead of complaining or getting angry and full of despair about the Earth's environmental challenges, resolve to do something about it. Be part of the key that unlocks incredible results. This feels very specific to somebody. I'm sorry. I know. When I say somebody, it just means if you're just like, yeah, you know what? I wish people would listen to me. Whoever that is that's saying that, make them listen. Don't be mean. Don't be angry. But find a way so people will listen. Okay? Be part of the key that unlocks incredible results. The Shroom Unicorn encourages clever solutions that will help to protect the Earth and sustain human life. The first step is to tap into the natural world by communing with plants and nature. Oh, I love talking to plants. I know, I'm weird, but hey. Ask for guidance from Mother Earth. This action will lead you to research the practicalities and start generating ideas. Within nature, there are secrets and hidden clues that make human life easier, as well as protecting the environment. The two need not be mutually exclusive. Wonderful environmental initiatives are already starting to happen. The world needs your optimism, innovation, and action. Wow, that felt oddly specific to somebody. Also, I get faced with that from time to time. People telling me, well, I'm old. What do I care? I'll be dead by the time the Earth falls apart. That's your guys' problem. Can't tell you how many times I've heard that one. In high school, I started a Planet Awareness Club, and it didn't do well. It didn't do great, but it just goes to show that for that long, that was a long, long time ago, guys. For that long, we've been fighting, and even before that, people have been fighting for the environment since, the early protest days, right? The 60s, and probably even before that, they've been fighting for the environment. I just don't think they realized it. I mean, it goes way, 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 way back. We've been fighting for the environment even on books. I was just reading in one of my British magazines. I know I get a British magazine. In one of my British magazines about a gentleman, I think from the 18th or 19th century, that was trying to fix the environment way back then, and we just keep making it worse. So if you are a person who feels like you are not being heard, okay, I feel like there's a bunch of you out there. All right, that card is for you. That shroom card is for you. And if that nuclear shroom comes up into your head, that is not to fear. Okay, that is somebody saying, let your idea be explosive. Not like that kind of explosive. It means go out there. Okay, spread it to whoever will listen. Start a podcast. Start a live. Do a live every week, every day, whatever you got to do. If you're out in the environment and you see something bad, do a live. If that is something that brings you joy, by sharing what we need to do to save this planet, to help this planet, do it. Okay, do it. People may say, oh God, why you're on that again? It's your thing. I do a live every morning. It's not always my people's thing. Okay, but it's my thing. And I stopped worrying about what other people think. Sometimes I do, but most times I don't. Because it's not worth it. Because I just need things to bring me joy. So, okay, you know what? Maybe this goes with this last card. Perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. This is the right time for you to move forward. If you feel stuck or you're not really sure where you're supposed to be going in life, this is the right time to move forward. Okay? Start sitting down, thinking, think outside the box. Right? That was that shroom card. Think outside the box. It doesn't have to be about the environment right now. This is for whoever has been waiting for that sign. This might be your sign, right? In the earlier cards, look for that sign. In the angel cards that we pulled first. But this is the right time for you to move forward. So whoever needs to hear that, whoever has been kind of dragging their feet on a certain situation or worried about what's going to happen, don't. Now is the right time. It's perfect timing. Whatever it is, whoever it is you want to reach out to, it's going to turn out okay. Okay, it's going to turn out the way it's supposed to turn out, but it's going to turn out okay. It's going to be all right. All right. If you're wondering when your desire will be fulfilled or when the best moment is to make a change, the answer is now. The universal energies have aligned perfectly and have opened a gateway for you to easily step through. This is one of those times in life when you're on a roll and everything you touch turns to gold. Take advantage of the divine timing and make your move. Any additional preparation at this point would be akin to procrastination. Take one step at a time and move forward today. Don't procrastinate. All right. I am the world's most fabulous procrastinator, along with two of my fabulous siblings and a fabulous best friend. Two fabulous best friends. We are the procrastinators of the world. Additional meanings. Your positive thoughts and affirmations are working, so please keep them up. Stop procrastinating and take action. Make a clear decision. Make a clear decision. All right. Sometimes that is the action. Sometimes we're sitting there going, what the hell is the action? What am I supposed to do? Sometimes making a clear decision is exactly what you need to do. Trust your inner sense of timing about this project. Keep the faith as your prayers are on the brink of being answered, or your manifestations, and take advantage of your spare time and use it to achieve your goals. So there you go. If that's what you were waiting for, that was for you. So, oh, look. Hi, Father. Just in time for the end. So anyways, I hope this helped some of you out there. Like I said, if it resonated with you deeply, then it means that it was meant for you. Okay. If it didn't resonate with you, then please don't force it, because you're just going to cause yourself to overthink, get anxiety, stress yourself out, all those things. I do this every Friday, so you can come back each Friday, see maybe there's something that does resonate with you. If it feels like it resonates with you, but you're not sure, hold on to that thought, because down the road it might. All right. I think that was one of the things I meant to say at the beginning, but I forgot. So it's perfect at the end. So, remember, keep your power, hold your power, and go with the flow. Do not surrender your power to anyone. Go with the flow. Just live. Just exist. Just be. Just be. And be out there and show the world who you are and what you are made of. Because you are worth it. You have merit. And you're an incredible person. Okay? So, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. I will see you back here Monday for Hodgepodge Monday. Not sure what we're going to talk about. If I don't have a topic, we'll do one of the affirmators and make a topic up from there. So, again, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. That is Southern California time. So, that is in the morning. It is public under Shelly Marie Lucas. Anybody can watch. If you got a Facebook account, you can watch, even if we're not friends. Or I do upload these later to YouTube and under the Aloha Perspective with Shelly Marie Lucas. And then I do forward Fridays. I only forward to my Goalie Fan 1973 account. But all other days, I do forward them to both. So, again, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Please, please take care of yourselves. It is Happy Aloha Friday. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all Monday.